Well, after a slow and relaxing last couple of months, we are in the planning stages for a return to Samar. Ah, the smell of Manila. Our winter adventure in Japan is well behind us, and we got to experience a lot, building some great memories there, from ancient castles to fun in the snow in the Japanese Alps. From Nagoya to Nagano to Kyoto, we will definitely have to do another Japan trip again. Here in Guam, the weather has been as close to ideal as one could possibly want, except for being a little warm and a bit of a dry spell. We've enjoyed an entire month of some really beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Coming into the month of May, things have already heated up, and we are nearly a year's anniversary along from the havoc that Super Typhoon Mawar thrust upon us last year. But now it's time to hop across the pond again, and in this case the Philippine Sea, back to our home in Samar. There will be some home maintenance going on and possibly some new projects launched. We look forward to spending some quality time with our pets who remain at the homestead, and we hope to do a little traveling around Samar if possible, hooking up with some old friends along the way. The southwest monsoon, or the annual habagat as it's called, will be on our doorstep when we arrive, which means rainy season is not far behind. The habagat generally shows up around the beginning of June, along with typhoon season, so we'll have to be on our toes this trip. I have some important things to do while at home, and most importantly, one of them is upgrading our air conditioning units. Our AC units in the house are just over 10 years old now, and while they seem to be working just fine, replacing them with split units might prove to be more efficient, not to mention a little bit more economical. We have a 5.5 kW generator, but it's loud and noisy, and it's not that cheap to operate. If we can put together a small system that could power our refrigerator, some fans, the computer, and some smaller accessories, we would not need the generator except in extreme cases. That's the main plan anyway, in addition to maybe having some fun with family and friends. One of the first things, or a couple things that need to be done before we leave, and one is head to the bank and let them know that we will be traveling out of country. I have to give my bank a list of countries that we think we're going to go to, so that way if we ever use our debit card in any place other than Guam, it won't get blocked. You don't want a blocked debit card when you're traveling. So I make sure to go to the bank personally and I sign the form in person. Some of you travelers might find it convenient, especially the tourist types, that when you travel to a place like Philippines or Vietnam, Thailand, is to use your debit card at an ATM machine. It's probably not the smartest use of money, it's maybe the safest use of money, but there's a cost attached to that. And if you keep raping the ATM machine for cash, you're going to pay the dues. You're going to pay the transaction fee with your bank if your bank charges one. You might pay a foreign transaction fee, and you're going to pay a currency conversion rate. You're going to get burned on that. So if you can carry cash, carry cash. Use the debit card for purchases and anything else you might need it for, but cash is king. The second thing we got to do is, I haven't got the e-travel done yet. Did you do the e-travel, hon?
No.
Well, it takes about 5 minutes to get the e-travel registration done online, but I'll take care of that today. Get the bank done and the e-travel done, the tickets are in hand, and we'll be wheels up in about a week. The missus, she began packing her suitcases like weeks ago, and we got 3 days before we get on the plane, and she's done packing. Me, not so much. I better get busy. Before we knew it, we were ready to go. This trip would be a bit different, as Philippine Airlines threw a wrench into our travel fan, changing up their flight schedule. Normally we would leave Guam around sunrise, arrive in Manila some 3.5 hours later. Then we would transfer to Terminal 2 and catch our flight to Calbayog City, where we would be home for lunch. But PAL Express decided to move the Calbayog leg up to the early morning time slot, and we would now have to spend the night in Manila to catch that same flight early in the morning. Because we had to spend the night in Manila, we decided to forego our usual stay at the Salem complex in Pasay. We met up with some friends at the Heritage Hotel, also in Pasay. Ah, the smell of Manila. Standing at Edsa Boulevard. Mall of Asia is right behind me. And we're staying here at the Heritage Hotel. In the heart of Pasay. Well, not really the heart of Pasay, but like right next to Baclaran. Pasay, Baclaran. That's where we're at. We're gonna head that way later, Mall of Asia. And we're gonna check out a casino, maybe the Okada. We've been to City of Dreams, maybe the Okada. That might be the plan today. This was our first stay at the Heritage Hotel in Manila, and I must say, for the price, it was a great choice. We even got an early check-in about 9 o'clock that morning at no extra charge. I can remember looking out the Philippines Plaza Hotel back in 1986, and all you would see back then was jeepneys and buses. It's not so today. Today you see the occasional jeepney, but mostly privately owned vehicles and a lot of scooters and motorcycles. Even so, they still don't know how to stay in their lane. Yeah. Well, we're in business. We would head to the Mall of Asia later for some technology assistance, but first it was time to find something to eat. We're here once again at the Mall of Asia, and I think today we're going to splurge Native Vikings, so that's where we're headed. One of the first things we're going to do while we're here is find us a Globe store or a Globe office, because Terry's SIM card is a registered SIM card, but it's expired, and we have to basically have it reactivated because it's been more than a certain amount of time. I think over 30 days. If it's not used in 30 days, it expires, so it has to be reactivated. So we got to find us a Globe store. The directions we got was second floor, next building. I've been lost in this mall before. Big fat cat up there. This is all cell phones. All cell phone stuff. The whole building is dedicated to internet and cell phones and streaming and we're looking for Globe. I don't know. Hawaii is here. MSI, Techno, Dell. Whoa, but way over there in the corner. Alright, we've been given some bad information. We were told at the airport, because Terry hasn't used her SIM card for several months, that if we found a Globe store we could reactivate it. But apparently that's not true. Once it has been used for over 30 days.
2 or 3 months, I think. I don't know what you said.
The number gets canceled automatically, and then you can't reactivate it. So you have to start over from scratch. So Well, here we are.
So I can register again, I guess.
Terry had to purchase and register a new SIM card, and she loaded up on just enough of a data plan to get us home. When we had our fill of the mall, it was off to the Samar casino for a little gaming action, then back to the hotel that evening to meet up with friends over a couple beers. And I'm happy to report I actually had a little luck on the craps tables today. I would have loved to stick around at the craps tables a bit longer, and we called it an early evening because our flight left at 5:55 in the morning, bound for Calbayog City, Samar. It's good to be home.